Yo. Hey, you know what it is. Victory Talk Podcast. We started early today. Man, because I'll tell you why. You know? Yo, welcome to another episode of Victory Talk Podcast. We doing it a little early today because I got to go to the Heat game after this. We got floor seats. If you watch the game, you'll see me out on the court. Or if you watch Sports Center highlights, you'll see me balling courtside at the game. Anyway, let's start the show. Yeah. Let's get it. Welcome to another episode of this Victory Talk Podcast. I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, King Keto, the king of ketosis, Gymnasium Jesus, Jesus de Gimnasio para mi gente de la Washington Heights. And I'm joined. What episode is this? I can't see. I don't see the notes. It's episode 186. Man, we do this shit. Fucking shit. All right, yo. And I'm joined. I'm not alone. I'm not alone at all. I'm joined by the best producer in the game, straight out of Iran, the big homie Nemo. What's good, homie?
They're compensating for all the delays today.
Yeah. So I had been late a few episodes in a row, so I said, "Fuck it, let's just do 2 hours early." You know what I'm saying? All right, and then also I'm joined by Minovia. All right, she's manning the super chats. All right, she's monitoring the comments too. You come in here talking crazy, she gonna kick you out, ban you from ever commenting in this motherfucker. All right. Bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or if you say something cool, she'll highlight it, right? She's in charge of that shit. She does a great job. You know what I'm saying? Gotta put the girls to work. All right. We got two sponsors for this show. Hey, listen, guys. Oh, those of you know the reason we're doing this early is because I'm going to the Heat game tonight. All right. I go to Heat game a lot, but usually I don't go on Tuesday and Thursdays. But today they're playing the Golden State Warriors. All right. And the reason that's important, because we traded our fucking star player, Jimmy Butler, to the Golden State. It's his first game back. Then they got Stephen Curry. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a good game. So me and the homie Jeremy, we got floor seats. If you're watching the game tonight, guys, you should watch it. All right. And if you see me on the screen, when you see me on the screen, all right, I'm going to be underneath the basket. All right. When you see me on the screen, take screenshots, take pictures, DM that to me on Instagram. All right. Send me the pictures on Instagram, post them on your story, tag me. I'll repost this shit. That's how you can get it. Listen, that's how you can get this tonight. You can get a shout out from King Keto on Instagram. I got 1 million followers on Instagram, right? You get a free shout out from a page with 1 million followers. All you got to do is watch the Heat game tonight. Take pictures of me on the screen, me and Jeremy underneath the basket when somebody's getting dunked on. All right. Post it to your story. Tag me. I'll repost it. I'm giving out shout outs today. All right. For free. You know how much motherfuckers offer me to shout them out? You guys get it for free tonight. One night only. One night only, man. Super Tuesday special. All right. I'm also running another promo. I just did a podcast with the homie Mike Thurston. All right. It's going to come out soon. He was in Miami, and his shit, First Things Thirst, or Thirst Things First, or Thirsty First Things. I don't know what the fuck. Thirsty Thursdays, whatever his podcast is called. Right. That's the homie. And in his podcast, I started talking about my son, and he said, he said, man, yeah, man, it's. I told him what age I had my son, and it was like around his age. He said, yeah, it's a good time, man. I'm looking forward to having a kid. So here's the new offer. This I'm coming out with this. You guys tell me this is a good idea. It's going to be mostly guys watching this, so this won't apply to you. All right. But if you know some girls who are interested, tell them to hit me up. Send me $1,000 and I'll introduce a chick. If a chick sends me $1,000, I'll introduce her to Mike Thurston. He's looking to get someone pregnant. All right. And I'll set up an interview with a chick for $1,000. Right. Potential chicks who want to get pregnant by Mike Thurston, send me $1,000. There's no guarantee that he'll impregnate you ladies. All right. But if you send me $1,000, now you win the game. Right. You never know till you try. It's the Mike Thurston baby mama lottery is what we're calling it. It's $1,000 a ticket. Mike didn't approve of this. but you better believe if a chick give me $1,000, I'm gonna send them her way. Hey, Mike, I think you should get this chick pregnant if you want a baby, or at least check it out. All right. That's a new offer I'm doing. That's my new money making scheme for 2025. that's the only way I'm gonna make money. That's my. I think I can make extra $100,000 this month, just off that. All right. Here's today's sponsors. We got two sponsors. One is the newsletter, Big Money Methods. All right. For one of the links in the description, hit the motherfucking link. All right. Put your email in there. Twice a week, you're going to get sent. Right there. That's how I knew the pre-workout was working. Right there. That was, oh, wait a minute. It's in my bloodstream now. I took it before this. And when I said that sentence before, I was like, oh, it's working. All right. Twice a week, you're going to get sent articles on methods to help you make big money. It's free. It's written by me and the homies. It's really like a fantastic newsletter. One of the best newsletters out. All right. The next sponsor we have is Thought Repellent. Thought Repellent. This is the easy to apply spray to keep the hose away. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep the hose away. Right now, here's the thing. It's been genetically engineered. First of all, it smells delicious. It smells amazing. It's the best fragrance you ever smell. Right. Right. However, it's been genetically engineered to repel thoughts. So it only affects the DNA of hoes, thoughts, sluts, slut hoes, hoe sluts, stank hoes, all the different kind of hoes, right? Skanks, scallywags, Jezebels, skeezers, and we were able to add this year hood rats, right? So it'll repel all them. The good women, right? They'll just smell it. Man, you smell delicious. You smell amazing. What is that fragrance? You're like, stop repelling, baby. And then she'll be like, oh, no wonder my fucking friend passed out over here. She's a hoe, right? So that's how that works. All right. Now, we wanted to have this out by spring break. Yeah. We thought we were going to have it on spring break. But you got to remember, we're crowdfunding this. Okay. Right. We didn't want to take outside investments because then we'd have to answer to them. You know, we only want to answer to y'all. So we need y'all to fund it. All your super chats go towards development of Thought Repellent so we can bring this to market. All right. Now, we wanted to have it out by spring break, but y'all failed us by not doing enough super chats. All right. Now, if we get enough super chats, we're getting close. We're not far now. If we get enough super chats, we can have this out by summer, which is breeding season for thoughts. This is when you're going to need it the most. Right. This one, thoughts, they're going to be outside and they're going to be tempted. They're going to be outside wearing next to nothing, slutting it up, trying to capture you into their web of deceit and lies. And the only way to stay safe is Thought Repellent. And you won't be able to know the thoughts from the good girls unless you have this, because they look the same now. All right. They look the same. So so all your super chats are going to go towards development of thought repellent. I think there's been some heroes who have already contributed to the fund. I think they need to be acknowledged. Oh man, we don't hear you though. We don't hear you.
Oops. All right.
There you
we
go.
have Leo. My bad.
That's why women get paid less. That's all good.
Wow. Well,
my room was right. Listen, it's all good. You're doing the best you can. What was Leo saying?
Listen, I get paid regardless. Leo, and then you pay me, but I don't spend my money. I spend yours. Leo says, time to make the money anytime, any place. Spray it.
I'm sorry. What is Leo talking about?
Leo is saying that it's time to make money anytime, any place.
Listen, I echo those sentiments exactly, Leonardo. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to you and all your brothers, Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael. Me and my son went and saw your movie last summer. It was fantastic. We all enjoyed it. The way y'all beat the shit out of Bebop, Rocksteady, all them. It was lit. You know what I'm saying? Keep up the good work, homie. What else we got?
We have Dylan, got me a Latina.
Hey man, listen. Let's give this man a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? I just listen, man, he did it. You know what I'm saying? I almost want to I wish I had a button I could start playing and you can tell everybody I'm the man. I want to cheer you. I wish I could play that for you. You can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody I'm the man. Shout out to him, man. Listen. Now you cooking with my grease. You feel me? That's how I roll, man. They call me, you go above 110th Street, man. They call me Poppy Negro. You know what I'm saying? Above 110th Street. Back in the day, I brought my Latina to Miami, man. I imported one. You feel me? All right. That's all the super chats. All right. Hey guys, summer's coming. So I want to talk to you guys about how to get ripped for the summer, man. You guys want to learn how to get fucking ripped, fucking shredded this summer? Let's get into it. Summer's fast approaching, and some of you guys are fat as shit. You're gonna be swimming at the fucking pool or the beach with your goddamn shirt off. You're gonna be swimming at the pool or the beach with your goddamn shirt on because you don't want people to see them titties you got. Let's fix that today. In this video, I will break down the three best. I'm gonna give you the 3 best ways to get ripped this summer. Now, here's the thing. How ripped you get would depend on how fat you are right now. Right? If you a big whale motherfucker, you may not get ripped by summer, but you can definitely lose a ton of weight between now and the summer. All right. You won't be as fat, you know, and that's going to be and that's going to be great for you. Right. But if you are just like a little fat or just kind of fat, 10, 20 pounds of fat, and you want to get fucking shredded, this is the best video you're ever going to watch on the subject. It's going to be educational and entertaining all at the same time. If you follow these steps, I promise you will get ripped this summer. All right. And the last one is the most important one. So make sure you watch this video. If you can't watch a fucking video about getting ripped, then you are destined to just be a fat boy indefinitely. And it's only going to get worse. As you get older and older, you're going to get fatter and fatter. And then you're going to have to find another big fat motherfucker to mate with you. Then you're going to fucking have kids with each other. You're going to teach your kids those bad habits. And they're going to have childhood obesity. Kids going to make fun of them because they fat. Then parent-teacher conference, you and your fat ass wife gonna show up there and the kids gonna get made fun of because they got fat parents, man. Don't let that shit happen to you. All right. Don't let that shit happen to you. All right. I go to my son's school. Kids want to touch my muscles and shit. And I say, no, I'm not Drake. I don't fuck with kids like that. All right. Hold up. Yo. Real quick. Oh. You got an iPhone charger over there?
I got you.
I need to hold on, man. Sorry, guys. I wanted to get into this shit, but I got to charge my iPhone because I'm going to the Heat game after this, and I'm gonna be fucking live vlogging it because I'm be sitting on the floor seats, nigga. You knocking down cameras and shit. It's chaos over here. Hold up, man. Just bear with us. Nima's doing God knows what. Yeah. He almost broke a $2,000 camera. This shit is chaos. Yo, I promise you I'm gonna give you tips to get ripped. Can you put this on a charger for me? Please, man. Thank you, brother. Yeah, man. Shout out to Nima. Man. I don't know what I'd do if he I don't know what I would do if Nima wasn't here, man. I'm so glad he used one of his wishes when he found the genie. I'm so glad. Yo, can you bring an iPhone charger up in here? The old one, please. I'm assuming that's how he got to America. He found one of the lamps. You know what I'm saying? And one of his wishes was, man, to come to America and work for me. We gonna wait till he comes back for this iPhone charger real quick, man. But I'm telling you, I will tell you how to get ripped. I'm sorry. Listen, we're gonna edit this video up later and put it on. We're gonna edit all this out. All right. But this is the reason most people don't do their fucking podcast live. All right. Or if they do it live, they're just a lot more organized than me. All right. But it's all good. All right. Before I get into the tips while we're waiting on Nima to come back with his charger, here's one thing y'all got to remember. Watch the Heat game tonight. Take fucking photos of when you see me on the screen. I'm going to have floor seats underneath the basket. All right. When you see somebody get dunked on, take a picture of me, post it to Instagram on your story, tag me. I'll repost the shit. Did she ain't bring one? She's looking for it. She can't find it. That's why women get paid less. Huh? I said, man, I'm so glad I got a fucking girlfriend I love so much, man. I was like, I don't know what I do. Listen, guys, we're getting there. Hold on for a second. We're gonna get these fat loss tips. I just gotta have my okay. Guys, take a picture of me when you're watching the game tonight. All right. I'll shout you out. Free shout outs. King Keto. Just tag me when you see it. We're all dependent on you. All right. Okay. What was the last thing I said? Oh, yeah, you fucking fat kids. Okay. The first thing we need to do to get ripped for summer is you have to do the one thing that most people won't do. Right? I hear motherfuckers tell me all the time, man, I've been trying to lose weight. I've been trying to get in shape forever. Nothing works. I've tried everything. No, nigga, you ain't did the one thing that will work. You have to start tracking your calories. You have to track your calories and your macros. I promise you, track your calories and your macros. This shit will work because I don't care if you're fucking paleo, vegan, carnivore, whatever. It's still calories in, calories out. To lose fat, you have to burn more calories than you consume. We need to track how many calories you're consuming. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But first, I want to show you this study. It was done by Duke University. All right. And what they did was they had a bunch of fat boys track their calories for 3 months. And they just said, they didn't give them no diet. They didn't tell them to do motherfucking snake diet, keto diet, nothing. They didn't even tell them to be in caloric deficit. They gave them zero plan, no instructions. Just say, hey, fat ass, just fucking track what you eat instead of putting anything in your mouth like a whore. the way you've been doing your whole life, fat boy. Guess what? After 3 months, on average, they lost 5 pounds. Right? Some lost more, but on average, it was about 5 pounds. Now, here's the thing: 5 pounds in 3 months. If that was one of my clients, I'd be disgusted with them. I was like, motherfucker, you ain't even trying. But you got to remember, because it doesn't sound that impressive until you remember they did not give them any fucking instructions. They had no plan, right? All they had to do was track their calories, right? Because tracking, if you want to improve at anything, all you have to do is start tracking it, right? And what happens is people become more mindful of what they eat, and they start to actually see how many calories they're eating each day, right? My girlfriend, she started tracking her calories, and she couldn't believe how many calories she was getting each day. Right? I've seen this with tons of clients. They have no idea how many calories they're getting each day. They think they're eating healthy. I eat healthy. I eat good. I eat this. I hear that shit all the time. And then when we start actually tracking, they're eating way more calories than they think they are. Significantly more. You have to start tracking. Right? And the reason we want to start tracking is because, again, you have to burn because the burn fat, you have for every pound of fat you want to lose, you have to burn 3,500 calories. Let's put that in perspective. If you were to burn an extra 500 calories per day, right, for 7 days, a week, at the end of the 7 weeks, what's that going? At the end of the 7 days, that's going to equal 3,500. You can lose a pound of fat a week, and you can take that up, right? If you put yourself in 1,000 calorie deficit every day, which is not extreme, 1,000 calorie deficit every day, right? You'll burn 2 pounds, right? 2 pounds of fat per week is like normal. It's totally fine. It's normal, right? But you have to burn 7,000 calories in order to do that. If you're not tracking, you have no idea what you're doing. All right. You have no idea what you're doing. So we need to start tracking both the calories we consume, and we want to get an estimate of how many calories we're burning, right? The way we get an estimate of how many calories we're burning is we wear some sort of fitness tracker. You fucked that shit up. That y'all see that? That was the camera Nemo almost knocked over and broke. He would have to use his second wish from the genie to get me another camera. Someone says Brandon has a shiny head. I see that. Yo, man, that's God. That's God's favor shining down upon me from heaven. You feel me? That's all that is. This is how you know I'm the chosen one. All right. Your head don't shine, man. All right. Anyway, I digress. We talking about tracking. Okay, all right. So you got to get some sort of fitness tracker. I use the Oura Ring to track how many calories I burn each day, my total caloric expenditure per day. Right. You can also do it with an Apple Watch, Fitbit, Garmin, a Whoop. Right. I used to wear the Whoop, and that I found that was a good device. However, now I'll be wearing fucking jewelry, diamonds, and shit, and it just didn't go with the attire. I felt like I looked like a cyber bully with all that technology on me, I'm out here looking super futuristic and shit with all that technology on me. But this Oura Ring, it blends in with my attire seamlessly. And I used to wear the Apple Watch until I started wearing like nice watches, right? Anyway, but they're fine devices for that. Now, they're not 100% accurate, but it will give us a good estimate, right? And then when you start tracking it, what you want to do is, let me bring up the tracker. Give me a second. So you want to start tracking your calories. And what I do is I use a spreadsheet. Let me delete this. All right. So let's just say day one. Okay. So how many calories should you get each day? Right. Take your body weight in pounds. Multiply that by 10. It's aggressive. But that's how many calories you should get. Don't go over that. All right. So let's say you weigh 200 pounds. Boom. You're trying to get ripped. Boom. All right. So we're going to get 2,000 pounds per day. 2,000 pounds per day. Now that's probably enough to get you in a deficit right there, but we're going to take it up a notch later when I give you some more tips. 2,000 calories per day. Boom. All right. Now, how many calories you're going to burn? Let's just say, we're not even going to get too crazy aggressive, right? We're going to say 3,000, which is not like insane. You know what? Let's say less. Let's say you a lazy motherfucker, right? And you can, if you have an Apple Watch, this data will show up in your health app. If you have the Whoop, it's going to show up in the Whoop app. Right, this total calories per day, not just calories while you're working out. It's very important. Total calories. You got to wear it 24 hours a day. I never take my ring off. So I wear it when I'm working out. I wear it in the gym. I wear it in the plane. I wear it when I'm having sex. That's unprotected interracial sex, in case you were wondering. All right. And then, so it's always on. All right. Boom. Boom. 5,000 calories per day. We're in a 5-calorie deficit. We run a 500 calorie deficit each day. Right. Boom. 3,500 calories. We should lose a pound of fat per week with that. Right. We should lose a pound of fat per week. Right. Now you can alter this by changing the variables. Right. We're going to talk about how you can burn more calories per day later on in this. Right. But this is the baseline. And the important thing is you track it. Right. So I have a spreadsheet like this. It's called the Victory Vision Planner. The link is in the description, where you can plan like all your goals. And there's a habit tracker in there. And in the habit tracker section is a place where you can put your calories that you burn each day. All right. It's very important. Hey, man, I'm in agreement. It's actually my goal. All right. So that's step one. Start tracking it. Tracking your calories each day. All right. Then, let me bring it back. Step two is we're going to increase the cardio. We're going to get more cardio. Now, there's a few options when you have cardio. But before I get into the options of cardio, it's important you understand that cardio alone is not enough. Cardio alone is not enough. The diet is more important than the cardio. I've helped people lose weight without doing any cardio. We just kept their calories low enough. However, you're trying to get as ripped as possible by summer. So we're going to actually increase the cardio to make sure this happens. Right now, you have some options. If you don't have a lot of time, you can do what's called high intensity interval training or HIIT cardio. This is where you might you do short workouts, 15, 20 minutes, maybe even less. And there are intervals. So you go super hard for 30 seconds to a minute, rest for 30 seconds to a minute. Not rest, but then you light work for 30 seconds or a minute. If you want to know some good options on HIIT cardio workouts, right? You can check my YouTube. Just search Brandon Carter, HIIT cardio. I got tons of 4-minute cardio sessions that are intense, right? Matter of fact, you should try this. If you don't have a lot of time to work out, HIIT cardio is the best thing to do. And I challenge all of you guys to do this. Hold on. So this is this one right here. This is a 4-minute workout, but it's so difficult. It's 9 years old. It's me and White Boy Brown. Turn off the sound. This is me and White Boy Brown. We did this. We thought, yeah, we got this. We came up with this workout because we're both trainers, and it's so intense. But look what we're doing by the end. Look at this by the end. Is it over? Okay, that's the end, right? That's how. We were fucking dying. I could probably do it now because I'm more trained, but this is so difficult. This is the most difficult exercise workout I've ever seen. All right. Try that one if you only got 4 minutes. Or I have other 15-minute workouts, 25-minute workouts. Brandon Carter HIIT workouts. I have tons of them. And they all have like millions of views. People love them. All right. The beauty of HIIT cardio is you even though it's a short duration of training, you start burning more calories after it because your heart rate is elevated, right? So you burn calories even after the workout, right? Now, I stopped doing this as much because now I'm old. I was 32 when I made that video, right? Now I'm 42 and the joints ain't the same, right? If I was in the NBA right now, I'd be the oldest player. You know what I'm saying? I'd be the oldest player in the fucking NFL. Father Time is undefeated. So now I do slow cardio if you have more time, right? So what I do is I'll just get on the elliptical. I like the elliptical machine, right? I also like the exercise bike. I have several of those in the house, or just walking. But the cool thing about slower cardio is I can do it for longer and I can do other shit while I'm doing it. So I have a few desk bikes in the crib. So it's a bike with a desk attached to it. And I can work while I'm at the desk bike or dike. And while I'm with the dike, while I'm on the dike, I can while I'm on the dike, I can actually be doing like slow cardio while I'm working. So I can do other shit. If you're doing HIIT cardio, you're only doing HIIT cardio. That's where the trade-off is. But it's also easier on your joints. Okay. And because the reason I like slow cardio, because I can do it throughout the day and I can do it for long periods of time. Right. And I can burn more calories throughout the day. So there's something called, you want to make sure you're burning more total calories throughout the day, not just when you're working out or not when you're in the gym. The reason why you want to do it is something called NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis, right? So when I'm cutting, I'm always looking for additional ways to burn more calories throughout the day, right? Whether it's walking more, taking the stairs instead of the elevator. You know, if you're parking somewhere, you get a parking spot that's far, get some extra steps in, right? Go for a walk. You can go for a walk with your girlfriend. You can go for a walk you can walk your dog. You can go for a walk with your kids. You can walk your dog. You can walk your girlfriend, right? And you just always want to look for more ways to burn calories throughout the day. The desk bike is a cheat code for me because I have a desk bike. I'm able to burn when I'm really focused on cutting. I burn between 3,500 and 4,000 calories total per day. That's because it's like hours of slowly pedaling, right? While I'm working, while I'm doing other shit, right? And I'm just not going to be able to burn that many calories by doing intense cardio. There's no way I'm going to be able to do it, right? Right? Especially if you sit down all day, this is very important. It's something that will help you, right? So, but another great way to burn fat, if you don't want to do any of that, just walk. Go for walks. Go for a 30-minute, hour walks a few times a day, right? If you can go for like long walks, walking is great exercise because you burn more calories, but you also will retain more muscle, right? Because you're not burning off glycogen and you're not really working the muscles a lot, right? So you want to aim for every day at least 20K steps. If you're serious about getting really ripped, 20K steps. If you burn 20K steps, right, you probably won't need to do additional cardio throughout the day. You can, but 20K steps per day is fantastic. And if you're wearing a fitness tracker, like I suggested before, it'll track your steps automatically, right? 20K steps, right? Now let's put that into the stop being a fat ass metric. What happens? Let's say we're burning like way more calories. Let's say we stepping this up, right? We burn an extra 1,000 calories based off what I just told you before, which is not unreasonable. It's not crazy. But the key to burning this many calories is not try to do it all in one session. You want to use non-exercise activity thermogenesis, meaning you want to burn these calories throughout the day. So while you're doing other shit, if you just think everything you're doing, think, how can I burn more calories doing this? If you take your kids to the park or you play with your kids, right? Get active with them. Start running around with the kids. Don't just sit down on the bench like the fat dads. You know, I take my son to the trampoline park. I'm jumping around with him. I'm chasing him everywhere. I'm playing tag with him. I'm playing dodgeball with him and the other kids. You know, it's because I'm thinking, okay, this is training. You know, I'm gonna burn more calories here. You know, if you're with your girlfriend, do some shit where y'all got to walk more. Take her to an amusement park. Take her to a museum where y'all got to walk around, right? Don't just go to the movies or the dinner, right? Go somewhere where you have to be active, right? You know what I'm saying? If y'all having sex, man, don't let her get on top. You stay on top. You turn that ass into an elliptical machine. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You can do HIIT cardio. You can do HIIT cardio in her vagina, right? So you can do 30 fast strokes, 30 slow strokes, 30 fast strokes, 30 slow strokes, right? You got to work smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? But you will be harder and it's smarter, if that makes sense. You see? You know what I'm saying? This is fact. Don't let her get on top, man. You should be sweating. You should be sweating on her. You know what I'm saying? It'll burn more calories. All right. If you want to take that to the next level, pop you a Viagra or a Cialis for you get in there. Boom. You're going to last longer. You might be able to go a few extra rounds in that pussy. And that's going to help you burn more calories. Okay. But these are facts. You just always want to be thinking about ways to increase how many calories you burn throughout the day, because you're not going to burn enough to really take it to that level in one cardio session. For example, the average person only burns 100 calories if they run a mile, right? 100 calories is nothing, man. It's like a banana, a handful of nuts is more than 100 calories. You get what I'm saying? Fucking cup of rice is more than that. It's nothing, right? You got to get tons of cardio throughout the day. And the only way to do that is to bake it into your lifestyle. So you're burning more calories all day long. Now look at this. This guy burns an extra 1,000 calories. Boom. An extra 1,000 calories on top of what he's already doing. Now he's burning, you know, way more fat, right? How many pounds of fat is that? I don't want to do math. That's like 3 pounds of fat. Let me see. Yeah, it's like 30. It's like 3 pounds of fat, right? Let me make sure. Yeah. So that's per week. It's not crazy. It's not crazy. Now, step 3. The third thing you need to do is you want to keep as much muscle as possible, right? You don't want to lose muscle while you're doing this. The way you do that, there's a few things you need to do to make sure you retain as much muscle as possible. Number 1, you have to lift heavy, right? Now you want to lift heavy. Honestly, when I'm cutting, I might take my reps down to like 6 or 8, and I lift heavy, right? So it should be impossible for me to do more than 8, you know? And that's going to encourage your body to retain more muscle because you're showing it that it needs it. You're using it, you know? Right? It's going to encourage your body to retain more muscle. So I do higher reps when I'm in a bulk, and I go heavier when I'm when I'm cutting. And that's kind of contrary to a lot of advice you'll hear, but I want to retain as much muscle as possible. It's going to be difficult for you to. Now, here's the thing. If this is your first year working out, you will be able to build muscle during the cut, right? But only if it's your first year working out. After that, if you've been training for more than a year, like for real, you're not going to, this is not muscle building time. Right? I have a whole nother video on how to build muscle and burn fat simultaneously, and who can do it and who can't, and watch that video for more insight. But if you've been training for longer than a year, you're not going to build muscle this time. It's okay. We're not trying to build muscle right now. We're trying to retain as much as possible, right? You might lose some, and that's okay. Everybody loses some muscle on a cut. We want to just mitigate that as much as possible. Very first thing, we have to lift heavy. The next thing we need to do, this is where it gets difficult. We want to get 1 pound of protein we want to get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Now, I know that, there's lots of studies saying that you don't need that much protein. You only need about 0.7 or 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. I believe all that stuff. I'm not trying to say that's not real. What I am saying is that those studies were done by fucking scientists, right? And they were done in perfect conditions. They had to have the conditions perfect for it to be accurate. No matter how accurately you're tracking, it won't be as 100% accurate for us because the FDA allows food labels to be off by 20% in any directions. So if you're eating something and it says 10 grams of protein, because of the FDA allows labels to be 20% wrong, it might only be 8 grams of protein, right? Might be 12. You don't know, right? So we want to err on the side of caution and go to full gram to make up for the potential 20% that the labels may be wrong. I hope that makes sense, right? Because I'd rather you have more protein than you need than not enough. Because if you don't get enough, you will lose more muscle. If you get more than you need, more than 1 gram by accident, there's no negative ramifications for that. Does that make sense? It's very important. It's very important, right? So 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. We're not fuck what the studies say. You don't live in the same laboratory conditions that those studies were made in. All right. It's just we live in the fucking real world, not a fucking lab. Right. So we rather overshoot it. It's very important. All right. So we want to lift heavy, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. All right. If you do that, you should be able to retain a significant amount of muscle. You should be able to retain more muscle. And and you're going to get ripped. You're going to get ripped as hell. All right. Now here's the bonus. Remember, I told you it was a bonus tip. Here's the bonus tip. Right. No cheat meals during this time until you're ripped. I'm not saying this because the cheat meals will negatively affect your process, your progress. You know what is what you do habitually that counts. So if you fall off once, it's not a big deal. Right. But the reason it is a big deal because it might not be just once. So if you're, you know what? Before I get back into that, I got to rewind. Right. Let's go back to the 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's going to be more difficult than normal because you got to keep your calories so low. Right. So you're going to be eating high protein. Now, I like to do the ketogenic diet. You don't have to do keto. But one of the reasons you might find keto effective here is because there's 3 macronutrients: carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Right? If we got to keep the protein the same, we got to keep the protein high. That means we got to cut the fat in order to keep the calories low. Right? We have to either cut the fat or the carbohydrates or a combination of them, right? The reason you might want to consider cutting the carbohydrates instead of the fat, you can get ripped no matter what. It's all calories and you don't have to cut the carbs. Some people cut the fat, whatever. Problem with cutting the fat is it makes the food gross, right? It makes the food gross, number one, right? Imagine you eating a potato, you can't put butter on it. Or you got to eat pasta with no sauce. It's fucking gross, right? The flavor comes from the fat. Or you got to eat lean meat instead of fatty meat. I'm eating ribeye. You get what I'm saying? So the food is, I think this might be a personal thing. It tastes better. Also, fat is more satiating, meaning you will be less hungry if you consume more fat. However, carbs actually spike the hunger hormone ghrelin and leptin, right? So carbohydrates make, they spike dopamine, and they are addictive, especially simple carbohydrates like sugars. They are literally addictive. There have been studies that show that sugar can be as addictive as certain class A narcotics, right? So yeah, you could eat the carbs, but now you got to fight cravings, right? But if your fat is high and your protein is high, right, the fat is satiates you more, and it's known to lower hunger. And there's studies that show that people who follow the ketogenic diet, when people follow the ketogenic diet, they are less hungry, right? It actually blunts hunger. All right. Does not mean you can do whatever you want. It's just a suggestion, right? It's just a suggestion. And listen, you don't need carbohydrates to live. You do need fat and protein to live. There's essential amino acids, which are protein, essential fatty acids, which are fats. There's no such thing as essential carbohydrate. It just doesn't exist. It's not a thing, right? Now, here's the thing. I still eat vegetables, right? I still eat vegetables. I've been keto for years. I still eat vegetables, like green leafy vegetables, right? Spinach, kale, broccoli, shit of that nature, right? And that way I still get the fiber as well, right? So now I'm getting fiber, which is also filling, and I'm getting fat, which is filling, right? But the carbohydrates are low. And so I'm not actually getting the same amount of calories. Listen, it's just a suggestion, right? You can do whatever you want. I've seen people get ripped eating tons of carbohydrates and keeping the fat low. You got to cut one of them, right? I highly suggest you cut the fat because it will just make cutting easier, right? One more thing. Okay, now here's the bonus tip. No cheat meals during this time where you're focused on getting ripped. The reason I say no cheat meals, not because it will hurt you. Having one cheat meal is fine. It's not a big deal, right? It's not the end of the world. But because after a cheat meal, we've all had this. Have you noticed that you crave the foods that you cheated with the next day, right? Yeah, because you probably cheated with the shit you love the most tasty foods, right? And it spikes dopamine, and then now your body wants it the next day. However, if you would just stay the path, you get used to it and all those cravings will go away. I noticed this when I had my last cheat meal in 2023, right? Mid 2023, I had a cheat meal, and I just noticed for almost a week after that, I was fighting cravings, right? And I had to use discipline not to cheat again. But after a while, those cravings went away, and I don't need discipline to stick to my diet anymore. I don't need this discipline to eat the foods I eat anymore. Like I've grown accustomed to it. That's because abstinence is easier than moderation. This actually goes for anything you're trying to abstain from, right? Abstinence is easier than moderation, right? So if you just fully abstain from it, after a while, the cravings will go away. But if you have the cheat meal, like you reward yourself, treat yourself, what's going to happen is now after that, in the days following, you're going to have to fight those cravings. And you're using your discipline, you're going to have to use your discipline. I don't even need discipline anymore to stick to my diet because the cravings have subsided. I'm telling you, this makes it so much easier. I used to be a big proponent of cheat meals. I used to do a big cheat meal every week. I've had epic ones. I've had videos about it, right? This is a new thing I discovered, right? And it goes with anything. When I quit smoking cigarettes, cold turkey, lost the cravings, right? Quit drinking alcohol like 10 years ago. Cold turkey, I have no cravings. I can be around people that are drinking. They can be offering me drinks. I'm like, no, I'm good. No cravings. It doesn't take any discipline, right? But you have to get there. If I was drinking every once in a while, I would still have the cravings, And here's the thing. You also got to remember the contrast, right? So you ever go somewhere that's real hot, and then you go into the air conditioning, and then it's like fucking cold, right? Then you get used to the coldness of the air conditioning and it's normal, right? Then you go back outside, it's like it's almost hotter, right? If you would have stayed in the heat, you would have acclimated to it and it'd been okay. But the contrast made it seem worse. That's what happens when you have a cheat meal, right? You eat this delicious food, then you go back to the shit you were eating before to get ripped, and you're gonna like it less. It's gonna be worse for you, and it's like that all the time. You get what I'm saying? So it's with anything. If you get fucking drunk, you're trying to quit drinking, you get fucking drunk one night, right? Then you have to go out. Oh, I'm not gonna drink again. It's gonna seem less fun than when you were drinking because of the contrast. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. You trick your brain into not liking it anymore. You know, it goes with anything, even fucking cheating on your girlfriend, right? Cheating on your wife, whatever, right? You do that, you're gonna like your girl less. And it's not even if the girl's not as hot, right? It's just because the contrast, right? The novelty, the dopamine, right? You're gonna really rob yourself of the enjoyment you could have had because you introduced something both novel and it just makes everything worse. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to a Heat game tonight. I'm gonna sit courtside. What do you think it's gonna be like if I have to sit, if the next game I go to, I'm in the fucking stands, right? But if I was in the stands before, then I go to the fucking courtside, it's gonna be better, right? You got to really think about how contrast affects the way you perceive how much you enjoy things. And that's the problem with cheat days, because it does it it makes it difficult. I fly first class every time I fly, right? Business class, front of the plane. I get it. But then one time I missed my flight, or my flight got canceled. But I had to get to Georgia to see my son, right? And the only thing there was a bunch of flights that canceled. The only thing that was leaving was a fucking regular ass flight from Spirit Airlines. What do you think that was like for me, right? I'm used to sitting, man, bitch will make me some cappuccino. My fucking shit reclines all the way. They bringing me hot towels, fucking meals. Now I'm on Spirit Airlines. Chick with a neck tattoos, the plane waitress. You know what I'm saying? They charging for drinks. They charging for soda on that bitch. The nigga next to me was watching TikTok with no earplugs. He just had that shit out loud. I had the, you know what I'm saying, the fucking weird ass seats. You know, I'm used to getting on the plane first. Like, I'm not first, right after. I usually get on right after the veterans and the cripples. That's when they let the people in first class on. But fucking, I gotta get on with everybody else. We fighting for space and shit. That shit was worse than it would have been if I was accustomed to it, because of the contrast. Same shit with your food. Same shit with your food. That's why I'm no longer a fan of cheat days, because I feel like it makes it more difficult for you to stay consistent. All right. Hey. Hey. Let's say you get in great shape, right? And you want to start helping other people get in shape. A lot of people do that. That's why one of the reasons I started training. I have a free ebook called The 10 Commandments of Online Training, right? And it'll show you how you can start your own online fitness business, even if you don't have a big following, even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a lot of experience. All right. Click the link in the description. You can get it, and it'll really give you the game on how to grow your online fitness business. And if you follow all the steps in this, you can have a good before and after, and you can use that as marketing to get your first clients. Right. This way you get paid. This way you can get ripped and you can turn it into a business. I think you'll be more motivated to stick to the plan if you know you'll be able to make money off of it in the future. Right. That's why. So if that sounds interesting, you download the free ebook, 10 Commandments of Online Training. It'll give you the whole game on how to be an online trainer. All right. Whew. That was a lot. It's hot up in this bitch. I'm sweating. We got Young Candlestick up in here. He's gonna give us the market update. Yo, Young Candlestick, what up, player? You're muted, homie. We don't even hear you.
What's up, Brandon? What's up, Victor?
What's good, man?
It's good to hear you guys. Good to see you.
What's up with that market though?
A lot. We're going to be deciphering whether it's a dead cat bounce or if it's a real bounce and the market lows are actually in.
Tell them what a dead cat bounce is.
Yeah, so a dead cat bounce, it's pretty morbid. Think of it if like a cat falls from like a big building, it's gonna bounce at least a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of like the story of a dead cat bounce. This is the cat falling, and then it hits the ground, and then it bounces
a little bit.
But it doesn't bounce back to the top of the building.
Yeah.
It just splats on over.
Yeah.
That's the term dead cat bounce. It actually is a textbook term in the professional textbooks for the CMT curriculum, which is funny.
On, man. Yeah, man.
Basically, what we're trying to decipher is this like an actual bounce, or is this going to get faded, and is the market going to sell off to the lows? If you look at the fear and greed index, this is how investors feel about the market. The last time we analyzed this, we were at extreme fear. And we were saying, buy when everybody is fearful, be greedy. But when everybody's fearful, that's when you want to be greedy. When everybody's greedy, that's when you want to be fearful. Basically, you want to, be a contrarian when things hit extremes. Okay. Yeah. And so we were at extreme fear. Then we went to fear. That's this market bounce that actually happened. And we've actually been catching this bounce in victory trades. We did SPY bullish put credit spreads. We did SPY iron condors. And what's super cool about this is like you're playing zone defense. You just expect the market to close within a certain range that you decide. If it closes in that range, boom, max profit. And it was a really, really good trading week. I was able to buy my girl the Sunfit swimsuit with all the extra.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that swimsuit come on in.
Yeah, man.
The thing is this could be the bottom in the market, but it's tough to say because normally the sectors that would lead a rally or confirm a strong uptrend or a strong bull market would be something like the IWM. And the IWM is lagging. It's down today while the market is up.
And that's where most of the stocks are.
Yeah. It is. I will argue the past few years, the IWM has not been a good metric of defining bull markets. It's been lagging for a number of years. So that is something to consider. The semiconductors are still lagging. Semiconductors are down today while the market is up. That's lagging. If we take a look at the transports, IYT, this is a leading indicator. These are down. One thing, though, that is leading and doing well is Bitcoin, though. So Bitcoin is a leading indicator. Bitcoin was up about 5%. You can take a look at IBIT.
Yeah.
Actually, that was yesterday. It was up 5%. Today, it's just flat. So that is something to consider. If you've been a MicroStrategy investor or strategy investor, you've been doing pretty well. MicroStrategy put in a little double bottom formation, and it is breaking out. The volume isn't great on MicroStrategy, though. So I'm wondering, is this bounce going to get faded? That's the question that needs to be answered. When we go back to the SPY, we could press higher for a bit, maybe another 1%, maybe 1.5%. But I do think that supply is likely going to come on into the market. I'm probably going to be taking some short positions on the market and on weak stocks if SPY starts to reject this 585 area. Okay. Last time when we were on the Victory Talk podcast, we talked about a few sectors and stocks.
Yeah, we did.
That's sectors and stocks that were in rotation.
Well, before we do that, if you guys want to learn more about this, we have a free Discord that accompanies this podcast. It's called the Victory Unit. I have free courses in there. I got a free fat loss course. I got a free is HIIT cardio course in there. I got a free. I used to charge 20. Yeah, I got the baller mindset course, and Greg's in there giving free stock tips. All right, so join that, and if you want to trade with us. Hit Greg up in the Discord, say you want to join Victory Trades, and you can get Greg's trade alerts at, straight to your phone whenever he has a new alert, and then we also trade every morning. We trade the market open at 9:30 every morning. I was on there today. Yeah, yesterday we both had some good wins, and it's cool.
Right. Yeah, we had some really cool trades this morning. And when you get into the free Victory Unit Discord, I also post weekly game plan videos, and one of the trades in that weekly game plan video was Tesla long. So this is posted Sunday before it happens. Since then, Tesla's gone up 11.5%. If you buy some call options up on that, you're making thousands of dollars. So be sure to check it out. And yeah, the morning live was really, really fun. I caught a really good NQ trade this morning. And it was basically, I just shorted once we started to kind of break this trend line, and I put my stop loss way up here. So here's my stop. And all I did was I just trailed that stop loss down, and it was super cool. It made $800 in just like a few minutes, like 4 or 5 minutes. And so you can take trades like that where you have your risk defined, but then as it moves in your favor, you can protect your profits and just let the market give you what it wants to give you. So use those trail stops when you're day trading. It's really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Last time, though, when we were on the Victory Talk podcast, we talked about the gold trade, the longer term gold long trade. Here's what that trade looks like right now. And we caught the low of the day of it right over here. This was on Friday. And boom, since then, gold's up about 0.5%. Gold might go sideways to slightly lower in the short term. But by the end of the year, I think gold can test GLD 300, 310. So I am bullish on gold. Short term, though, it is a little bit overbought. So it could potentially drop, 2%, something like that. But that's looking really good. Silver was up a lot today. Silver was up 2%. That's a big move for a stable commodity like silver and precious metals. Another one that we talked about was NFE, New Fortress Energy. And this is where the CEO bought $900,000 worth of stock. And we noted it down here when the price is at
we said, the CEO bought $1 million worth of that shit.
Exactly. Yeah. So if an insider of a company buys their own stock, it means that they believe in their stock. They believe in their company. They believe the shares are undervalued, and they're probably going to make some bread. So if a CEO or an insider buys, usually if a politician buys a stock, there's a very strong likelihood that it's going to uptrend over the next coming days and weeks. They don't always have perfect timing, but oftentimes they're right. And you can easily just join in on them. And Victory Trades members joined in on them. We caught a nice good 10% move, but the stock went up 36%.
Come on,
the insider bought.
Come on, man, let's go. If you was in Victory Trades, you could have capitalized on it like we did.
And we're still in half size of this, so I'm still riding NFE. I still think it's great for the wheel. I think that NFE, New Fortress Energy, can probably get up to this like $14 per share level. Okay, Brandon, you had a really good trade idea last time.
Yeah.
Google. You brought up the Google dip.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the dead low. There's actually a liquidity trap. Can you see it? So basically we have this support level. Stop losses cluster underneath support. So we hit support, we bounce. Hit support, we bounce. We break support. It doesn't get a lot of follow through and it zips back up. Institutions, I assumed, grabbed liquidity right there.
Yeah.
So they're buying up those stop loss orders. They need to because they're buying millions of dollars worth of shares. And so they can't just buy at any random point. They want to get a good deal. So they need those stop loss orders to sell to them so that they can buy. They get the best deal. And then boom, Google breaks out. So Google looking decently strong. I wouldn't be surprised if it tests 174. You guys know longer term, I am bullish on Google. It's no longer my largest holding, but it's still a top 3 holding.
You also called out Berkshire Hathaway. I've been calling that shit for weeks.
Let's check it out. Oh, new all-time highs.
Come on, man. I've been trying to tell you. All you have to do is watch Victory Talk. Do what we say. Your whole life will improve.
Money muscle mindset. You get in better shape. Like,
come on, man.
So many good things happen when you listen to Brandon Carter.
Yeah.
Like, so many.
Man, I think a lot of people would agree with that.
Yeah. Another thing that we talked about last time was XLI. I did take profits on XLI. So we talked about it down here and it was at like 132. It went up 1.5%, but if you got call options, that's a decent little payout. Yeah. And then one trade setup to potentially look out for. It's actually a bearish trade. It's AMAT, Applied Materials Incorporated. We got a bear flag set up on this. And so basically, if Applied Materials really starts breaking underneath like $150 per share, none of this is financial advice. This is highly risky, but you could look at buying put options and see if you can't get a move down to like 137. I think a 10% drop is coming in the stock. Yeah. So
what I will say where I was wrong, where I might have been wrong is when I was with the TISM short.
Oh yeah, the TISM short. Well, it never
short Tesla. We never did it, but I said I was thinking about it, but it just it just went up. So I would have been fucking down if I did that shit.
It never triggered. I said wait
Never.
for a break of 220. So that was
Yeah,
the
you did say
bottom
that.
red line.
Yeah, and it
That's
never
what
went.
happens when support holds. You know, just support holds and then it breaks the downtrend line. You know, too many people got bearish on Tesla near these lows.
Yeah.
Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, my home state,
Yeah.
he was spitting fire against Elon. He was like, he was saying like, look at Tesla's stock price, and he was like making fun of him. And I was dead near at the lows. Since then, Tesla's rallied 32%.
Damn, Tim.
Yeah.
You
know,
Tim out here looking crazy, man.
I know, right?
Me and Tim out here looking crazy. But thanks to you, I ran it past you. You said only do it if it triggers, and it didn't trigger, so I never went long. I never went short on it.
And guess what? It's an even better short now if it breaks underneath 220. Because that will really take out all of these buyers, and that can really cause it to flush even harder. Now, Tesla looks pretty strong. There's some decent volume to this. I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla got above 300, maybe even up to like 327 in the short term. However, if you want to take a top fish short, like let it get super overbought, let it reject 330, and then you can go ahead and buy some put options, see if you can't get a move back down to that 280 level, maybe even something like 260.
All right, we're going to keep an eye out for that, man. Listen, guys, if you want to learn more about this, join the Victory unit. You know what I'm saying? Greg's giving out free tips. I got free courses in there. And also, if you want to trade with Greg and I, you can get go in the Victory unit, say, hey, Greg, I want to join Victory Trades. He'll point you in the right direction. That way you get Greg's trade alerts straight to your phone. Like the minute he calls them out. And you can trade with us every morning. We trade live on Discord every morning, Victory Trades members. And it's a lot of fun. We go over the markets. I'm trading futures only, but Greg's trading everything. He's doing alerts. It's lit.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me, Brandon. Have fun at the Heat game.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Peace.
Listen, all right, guys. Yeah, just to be clear, if I'm going to be sitting courtside at the Heat game today, underneath a basket, me and homie Jeremy, this is your chance to get a free shout out on my Instagram. Take a picture of me when you see me on TV. Post it to your story, tag me. I'm gonna repost all of them. Free shout. I got 1 million followers, man. You get a free shout out from King Keto. All right, because I can't watch me on TV. I can't watch me on TV and be at the game. I know. I'm not perfect. I can't do everything. You may like, but surely you can. Nope. So I need y'all to do that, but you get a free shout out. So we're gonna work together, man. You get a free shout out on Instagram. I think we got some super chats.
We have one chest, 8-pack. W Flex pitched tonight at the Heat game.
You already know, homie. Shout out to one chest, 8-pack. This dude, he works like 70, 80 hours a week as a trucker, right? But he joined my high ticket trainer program to be an online trainer. He's working all the time, but he still runs all online fitness business and still makes money every month as an online trainer. Like, it's really dope. I'm super proud of that dude, man. Keep it up, homie. What else we got?
We have Woof. Follow the advice from last week and now being productive to learn sales on my days off. But my question is, what caffeine would you recommend besides coffee? I drink only Celsius and pre-workout.
That's fine. Pre-workout has more caffeine than coffee. So you're good. you're straight, man. I took a pre-workout right before this. I ain't even about to work out. I'll take a anything. Pro tip, take a pre-workout before sexual intercourse. If you haven't done it, you're basically a virgin, right? Because you got to remember, you're going to have more energy, right? And it's a vasodilator. What does that mean? You get more blood flow. What is an erection? Blood flow, right? It's straight up. So pre-workouts, you know what I'm saying? Pre-workout is solid. What else we got?
We have Walter, aka Fresh. Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
All right.
We have Nav, MSTR for the win.
Micro strategies. All right. Shout out to you, Nav.
Follow up. You need to talk about AI. It's literally getting better by the day. All the brokies are going to be cooked by AI.
Yeah. You know, I do a lot of fucking studying on AI. And the reason I don't talk about it, because every time I do a video about it. Just fucking no views. It's like motherfuckers don't want to hear it from me. That's what I've noticed, you know. But I spend a lot of time learning AI and fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? Building custom GPTs, fucking all types of shit. Like I got some wild shit that I use for personal use, like some wild AI shit. It was just like people didn't want to hear it from me, so I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe I'll give it another shot. What else we got?
We have Wolf again. Following the advice from last week to learn sales. Thank you. My question is learning sales, period. Thank you. My question is there a way to avoid crash or brain fog after caffeine? I don't drink coffee, just pre-workout and energy drinks, no sugar.
That doesn't happen to me. But then again, I've been abusing caffeine since I was 16 years old. Just abusing it, you know? So that doesn't happen to me. However, I'm just telling you what I would do. This is not advice, not medical advice. Do whatever you want. I would just take some more caffeine. It's cheap. It's literally cheaper than dirt. A pound of dirt from Home Depot costs more than a pound of caffeine. You know what I'm saying? So fuck it, man. I'll just drink more, man. I don't give a fuck, you know. That's what I would do. But make sure you get enough sleep at night. I think that's important. Like if you're not getting enough sleep, it doesn't matter how much caffeine you take, you're still going to be tired. You won't function right. There's no substitute for good sleep. All right. What else we got?
We have Leo, donation to Thought Repellent and the Heat Game Flex.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. What else we got?
And then we have Jacob with $5. Damn, I didn't ask. LOL. Is it worth getting victory trades if you work a 6 to 5? Yeah,
I think so. You know, because what happens is 6 to 5. I think he might have meant to type 9 to 5, or maybe he meant 6 to 5. He's working like that. Yeah, because as long as you can take like some breaks throughout the day, you know, and when you get the trade alert to make the trades, you might not be able to trade with us in the morning, and that's cool. You know, yeah, you work from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's I like it though. Yes. Shout out to you, man. I like that hard work. I didn't did that. Hey guys, we're gonna get up out of here early today, even though we started early today, because before I want to show y'all something. Before we get out of here, I do want y'all to see something. So I came across this video over the weekend, and I couldn't stop listening to it. It was amazing. It's from this YouTuber. You can show my screen. His name is Talented Blake. Don't ask me how I found this. I went down a rabbit hole, right? But I'm not going to explain it to you. I'm just going to let you behold it. Oh, it's the video. Okay, all right.
His name is LeBron James, and he plays for LA. It would feel so good and make a big difference if I could see him play. As I go to my living room, don't know what I'm gonna do if I hear he ain't gonna play. 'Cause I made a bet or two that he's gonna shoot 10 threes, get 10 rees, and then the Lakers ain't gonna lose. And they got Luka, Don, A-Reeves, and then LeBron, the real big three. They gave up AD because they needed change. And you got to say his name. His name is LeBron James. I'm talking about the man on the Lakers, LeBron. I'm asking you to say his name. LeBron James, no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at the sky and say his name. Yeah. LeBron, 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 LeBron.
This got about 30,000 views. Probably half of them are from me. You know what I'm saying? That shit just blew my mind. Don't ask me how I found that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, guys, one more time. Oh, this is Baller of the Week. We didn't do the intro, but this guy, Talented Blake, Baller of the Week for his song "Man on the Lakers." Go check it out. Leave a comment. Tell him I sent you. Man on the Lakers. All right. Look. Need your help, guys. Listen to me. Tonight, I'm going to the Heat game. It's a very important game. Golden State. All right. Golden State Warriors against the Heat. We used to have Jimmy Butler on our team. He was our star player. Now he's on the fucking Golden State. It's his first time back in Miami playing. All right. It's going to be an important game. Important game for the city. Important game for the league. But most importantly, important game for me. Because me and the homie Jeremy, we're going to be sitting courtside tonight. We've been sitting courtside a lot of games, but this one is important, right? We've been doing a few courtside games this season. This one's important. We're going to be underneath one of the baskets. That means when you watch it tonight on TV, you'll see me the whole game. I need you to take a picture of the screen when I show up. Post it to Instagram or send it to me, whatever you want to do. But if you post it, you can just send it to me if you want. You can post it your story on Instagram. Tag me. I promise you. From the fucking bottom of my heart, I put that on my fucking dead dad. If you post it and tag me, and don't say nothing stupid or crazy, I will repost all of them on my story. King Keto is my Instagram. I fucking promise you I will repost it, man. We need your help. We need to do this together, Victinators. All right. And you get a free shout out, man. You get a shout out. I mean, I got 1 million followers, man. Anybody ever with 1 million followers ever repost you before? It can happen tonight. It can happen tonight. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here because I gotta get ready. I gotta eat something for the game. Because I don't like to eat when I'm courtside because I got this phobia. I'm gonna spill shit on it on the court and somebody gonna fall on it and get injured, fuck up his career, and it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? So every time I eat courtside, I don't eat nothing. So I gotta eat now. All right. Listen, Victinators, listen to me. I'm dependent on y'all. All right. I'm dependent. I've done a lot for you over the years. If I ever help you with anything, help you lose some weight, help you make some money, help you get over your breakup, or even made you laugh, tonight is the night you can repay me. All right. These tickets cost $10,000 and we want to make the most of them. All right. Help me out, Victinators. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.